Welcome to the Savvy Podcast, where real conversations help boost your English skills. And today we're bringing you a Valentine's Day special with David Jones and Jolie Pullen. We'll be diving into the history of Valentine's Day, practicing some classic chat-up lines and reminiscing about childhood crushes. And here's a question for you. Who sent Jolie her Valentine's card when she was 12 years old? Was it a secret admirer, a best friend, or a family member? Stick around until the end to find out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the love. Let's get started, shall we? Can you feel the love today, students and listeners? Welcome back to the Savvy Podcast. It's a Valentine's Day special. And today we have two love gurus with us. First of all, we have David Jones.
Good morning, Sam.
What are your credentials as a love guru?
It just comes naturally, Sam. Nothing I've really practiced.
That Welsh charm.
It must be.
And our second expert is Jolie. And could you give me your love CV, please?
I'm not sure I have one.
Welcome to the show. Now, first of all, today's going to be a little bit of a light-hearted topic. We've had some pretty deep topics so far. We've had Liverpool Football Club, but
deep
today
topic.
will be more light-hearted, and we want to start off with some expressions using heart.
That's right, there are so many in English. We were talking about this just before we click record, and there are so many everyday adjectives and adverbs that include the word heart. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense to explain them to our listeners on the Valentine's Day special.
Perfect. So David, I'll give the first one to you. Light-hearted? Or?
Light-hearted. Yeah, not too deep, not like the previous topics. No, a little bit more fun. Deep.
Yeah, a light topic, essentially.
Would you describe yourself as a light-hearted man?
Depending on
the Perfect, fantastic. And another one for you, Jolie, to learn something by heart.
Okay, this is a good one. So by heart is to know something from memory. To know something by heart means that you know it without having to double check. You know it immediately from memory, like to know your mobile number by heart or your email address by heart, for example.
Yeah, good, perfect.
Yeah.
The script of a podcast by heart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your multiplication tables by heart.
Next, heartbroken. David, have you ever had your heart broken, or are you a heartbreaker yourself?
I'm not much of a heartbreaker, to be honest. Heartbroken, football related, quite a lot of times.
Yeah.
That's it. Not much of a heartbreaker, to be honest.
Yeah, so to break your heart or to be a heartbreaker is to be devastated about something.
Yeah.
Sad.
Not just in the sense of relationships. You could be heartbroken after your team lose a football match. You know, exactly. Oh my God, I'm absolutely heartbroken.
Doesn't happen often, does it, Dave?
Not at the moment.
Not this season.
Okay, and heartfelt.
Heartfelt. Dave, help me out with that one.
Heartfelt. A heartfelt apology,
heartfelt?
for example.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Yeah, is it to be heartfelt? It's an adjective.
Or heartfelt apology, for example.
Oh, okay,
no,
yeah, that's true.
When you really feel something.
Yeah.
It's real.
That's
it's
a good
not,
example.
I think in Spanish they say
It's
de
genuine.
corazón. No, as well.
Oh, okay.
So that's it,
there you are.
That's it. So. Yeah.
From the heart, essentially,
Exactly.
isn't it? When you do something, in a heartfelt way, it's from the heart. Yeah.
Okay, should we keep going?
Well, we could, but we'd be here all day. So
I've got one more.
Okay, go on.
I've got one more. Wholeheartedly.
Good.
That's your C1 for you. Wholeheartedly. David, Jolie,
To give
could you
100%.
Exactly.
No,
to give 100%.
Good.
And then you also have half-hearted, or the adverb half-heartedly, which is to do something at 50% when you're not really putting your whole heart, your energy and your effort into something. It's a half-hearted effort. 50%.
Good. Now, Jolie, before we started recording,
Yeah.
I've just noticed you're in a very nice outfit today. Pink.
Ready
Wearing
for
this colour on purpose for the Valentine's Day special.
David, sorry, I didn't give you the memo to dress
this morning.
in
I couldn't find
pink.
it anywhere.
So on
So I
top,
bought a lollipop.
Aw. Who's it for?
It's for you, Jolly. It's for you. It was for Sam, but a
happy
change of heart.
Valentine's.
Change of heart. That's another one. A
That's
change of
cute.
heart.
A change of heart. Explain that one, Dave.
That
while
was
we're
a change of mind, change of opinion, change of plans, change of heart.
Yeah,
God, there's
very
so
good.
many, aren't there?
Yeah. Maybe more will come up over the podcast.
Okay.
To come up is to appear, right, in conversation.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jolie, away from your outfit, I heard that you prepared before the podcast and you know the story of Saint Valentine,
Yeah.
why we celebrate it on the 14th of February.
It's true. I mean, there are a few different conflicting stories on the internet, but I did watch a couple of videos before coming to kind of find out where it comes from. And the most common story is that it comes from the Roman Empire era, where there was a priest or a saint called Saint Valentine who was responsible for marrying young couples in private, because at that time it was against the law for young men to be distracted by young women and marry them.
It happened.
Yeah, exactly, because they were young and fit and intended to go to war, to fight, to be Roman warriors and fighters. And so they thought that if they had girlfriends or wives, they would be too distracted. So it was outlawed.
Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I know some, going back to football, David, our
Always.
topic.
We're here
Always back to
talking about
football.
love and you just keep bringing it back to football.
For Liverpool Football Club, okay, we'll talk about that.
But I do know some football managers don't encourage their players to spend time with their wives before a game. Conte from Chelsea
Oh,
was
yeah, I've
one.
heard
Was
this
one.
before.
Yeah, we maybe won't go into that too.
No, I don't think that's
Trying to keep their
appropriate.
eyes on the game,
It's
not
a
anything
child's.
else.
It's a child's show as well.
Yeah.
So,
A family show. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, so the story goes that he was marrying people in secret, and then he was discovered and I think sentenced to death. But please, listeners, correct me if I am wrong. There are some other alternative stories that are on the internet, but that was the one that I heard this morning.
okay.
So
Any other alternatives that you could?
I
tell
can't
us?
remember, but that was the main one.
Most plausible.
Yeah.
So, David, how was your St. Valentine's Day growing up in the UK? What traditions are there in the UK for
Well, one thing
Valentine's?
at school, I remember we had boxes, like letter boxes, where the kids used to anonymously put the Valentine's cards in the boxes.
Yeah.
Mine, unfortunately, was empty every year.
Oh,
Oh,
David,
no.
don't
Exactly.
give us a sob story.
I'm sure they
Sob
don't do this
Well,
anymore.
I don't know.
This is
my
something
son
so
does it.
traumatic for a child, isn't it?
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you-
but it makes you stronger,
Maybe.
Yeah.
you know? If
You
have it
feel sorry for the
all
child
with-
that doesn't receive any Valentine's Day
Yeah,
cards.
And then
like
you
I
have
don't
the child.
remember. I don't
Has
remember
100
receiving
cards.
a
Did you
Valentine's.
not?
No.
Did you not have the
I can
Valentine's Day
compete, David.
letterbox?
Exactly.
Well, I had the letterbox. I didn't have any letters.
Oh.
And you, Jolie, were you the star of the show? Did you get?
No,
get
but
some-
funny you should say that, because I do have a funny story. When I was about 11 or 12 years old, I received a Valentine's Day card in the post.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. How old? Sorry.
11 or 12 years old,
Okay.
so quite young. But I
Yeah.
received a Valentine's Day card in the post for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I opened it and there were sequins, glitter inside. So I opened it and that went everywhere. And it said to Jolie, and my name was spelt incorrectly. My name was spelt wrong. So I
How
thought
do you spell your name?
Joely.
And how was it spelled?
And it was spelt the French way, which is Jolie. So at first, with the dot of the I in a heart shape.
Okay, beautiful.
And I thought, who has sent me a Valentine's Day card and got my name wrong? They must not like me that much. Well, anyway, and I remember looking at it, and it didn't say from anyone. It just had a question mark, from your Valentine. You know, that's typically the way you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to announce who you are. It's supposed to be anonymous. Exactly. Well, in any case, I remember staring at it for ages and thinking, who has sent me this? And after a while, I was like, this handwriting looks so familiar. who has sent this to me? And I realised it was my dad's handwriting. So bless him, he had sent me.
He didn't know your name.
No.
Maybe
But
trying
he
to be
was
more
doing it on
romantic.
purpose, you know, to make sure that I didn't understand that it was from him or realise that it was from him. But yeah, it took me a while to realise this is from my dad. I know this handwriting. I know it's from him, but yeah, sweet.
Oh, that's very
Very
sweet of
nice.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't receive.
So from my classmates, I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's
Yeah.
a
Empty
sad
letterboxes
story.
in Savvy English.
I know.
Could you send us some Valentine's Day cards, please,
Please.
listeners? Well, that brings us to the end of the first section of today's podcast, and we'll come back in the second half and play some fun Valentine's-related games.
Woo. Let's do it.
Woo, woo, woo. Welcome back to section 2, and as we said, we're going to play a little game, and the game is, David, you're going to chat us up.
Ooh, looking forward to that one.
But first of all, that is a really useful verb to learn.
Mm-hmm.
To chat someone up.
I mean, it's useful depending on
Yeah,
what you're doing.
it's true. Maybe it's not so useful. If you're married, it's not useful. If you're single, it's very useful.
Yeah.
To chat someone up is a phrasal verb that we use, and it means to flirt with someone with intent, let's say. So when you approach someone in a bar, usually, and you want to get off on the right foot, right? And say something that might make them interested or intrigued. So in English culture and in American culture, we have things called chat-up lines or pick-up lines. And they are super cheesy, which means
word.
really awkward and uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
how would you explain cheesy?
Cool today.
Cheesy. Yeah, I think that's the word.
I don't know.
yeah.
I didn't know
funny
that
at
one.
the same time.
Funny,
Okay.
but
But funny, but we also have the word cringe.
Exactly.
Cringy.
That's a good word.
yeah,
Cheesy or cringy.
yeah, which
Yeah.
makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're laughing about it.
Yeah.
It's like a combination of discomfort
Depending
and humour.
on the execution.
Yeah.
So, David,
Very important.
show us how to execute a cheesy chat-up line.
Well, Sam,
Go on.
you must be tired. Why?
Why? Sorry.
There we go.
Pay attention.
Because you've been running through my mind all night.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
Give him a rating.
That got me.
Out of 10?
That was 7 out of 10. We can do
Only 7?
We can do better. We
Yeah.
can do better.
Okay.
Could you repeat it again? Because it might be difficult for the listeners to understand it.
Are you tired, Sam?
Why?
She's been running through my mind all night.
Very good.
I put the love voice on there. Maybe it worked a little bit better.
Great. It's, like Sam said, it's all in the execution.
It's all in the execution.
But you got a 7 out of 10 there. Right. Next one.
Okay. Jolie, I'm lost.
Why?
Can you give me directions to your heart?
That is super cheesy.
Oh,
Can I know
Oh, no, I don't like that one.
I know a similar one to
No.
that, which sadly I know from my younger days. Do you have a map?
uh-huh.
No.
Because I'm lost in your eyes.
Okay, that's similar.
Yeah, so same thing. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to give that a 5 out of 10.
5.
Oh,
Yeah.
5.
I
Brutal.
wouldn't give you a
Shame.
number. No.
I've got some more. I've got plenty.
Yeah,
Okay.
go on.
Okay. This one for Sam. Did it hurt, Sam,
What?
when you fell out of heaven?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Sky,
nice.
whatever.
Yeah. That's nice. That's good. Yeah.
Better than a 7?
I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
Give it an 8. I've heard it before.
Okay,
It's a
better.
classic.
It is a classic.
Yeah.
I've heard that one many
Anything-
times.
anything
I want to
original.
hear one I've never heard before.
Yeah.
Hi, Jolie. Are you Wi-Fi?
Oh, this is new.
No, what do you mean?
Because I feel we have a connection.
Way.
8, 9?
Brilliant.
No,
That
no,
one's
no,
much
it's,
better. I think
yeah.
because I've never heard it before. Isn't that so cringe? And that works. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think we have a connection. Okay. That would make me laugh.
There's no 10. No, no 10 here.
Well,
Well,
let's
one
keep
more.
going.
Give me
We've
one
got
more.
plenty of time.
It's a little bit complicated, but no pen, no paper. But you draw my attention, Sam.
Ooh.
Okay, that's an interesting one
bit
to explain, actually.
Could you explain to the listeners?
draw
That's a very good
someone's
play
attention.
on.
Because to draw has multiple meanings in this case.
Exactly.
To draw is
To catch my attention, but also
exactly, but also when you use
Draw
a
with a
pen
pencil.
or a pencil, exactly, to create a picture on a piece of paper, it's to draw. So it's a play on words. We say in English, when you have a sentence like this that has two different meanings, it's a play on words. So, well, what do you reckon?
One
that
more?
was I like that one for originality. That was good.
It wasn't as funny,
so
Out of 10,
I'll give you an 8, and I'll give you one more opportunity to win my
Not
heart.
easy.
Okay, here we are in
I
Sam's
don't want to ruin
living
his
room.
confidence, you know.
Here we
Yeah.
are in Sam's living room, but it must be a museum because Jolie, you're a work of art.
Okay, that wins. Jolie's laughing.
Jolie
Jolie's
laughing. That's it, man.
Wow.
2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's the
You're
end.
a
So
work of art.
listeners, tell us
Use
if you
with
understand.
care, please.
Yeah, and tell us if you understand the meaning of them, because they're quite difficult
It's
to understand. So message us in, and also message to us if you have any success using them.
And if you have any
On the
better
street.
chat-up lines,
Yeah.
maybe that would
Also
help
tell
too.
us. Yeah, perfect, fantastic. And we'll finish there, and we'll come back for the third section of the Savvy Valentine special.
Love is in the air.
Okay, listeners, we're on to our final section of the Valentine's special. I hope you're enjoying. And in the final section, we're going to talk about childhood crushes. A childhood crush is, David, what is a childhood
When you fall in love with somebody that's like a famous person, but usually when you're very young.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily a famous person, but typically it's quite common to have a childhood crush, someone who you admire when you're
Look up
young.
to.
Exactly. To look up to someone.
Phrasal verb to
admire.
someone.
Yeah.
Nice. So, David, you had a bit of a different one, not what we were expecting, but who did you have a poster
Probably
of
were
when
expecting
you
it.
were...
Unfortunately, going back to football, it was Steve McManaman. The Real Madrid fans might know who he is in this case.
Yeah. Did you have him in the Liverpool strip or the Real Madrid strip?
In the Liverpool. Please, Sam.
I was just
strip.
checking,
The
just
Liverpool
checking.
strip.
Yeah. Beautiful. He was a good-looking boy. He
certainly
boy.
was, certainly
And,
So you had posters of him on your bedroom walls.
Plastered all over the walls.
Wow.
Steve McManaman. That's
Okay.
very strange. I know. Very
No,
strange.
not straight.
Well,
I mean, quite normal for a
And you, Sam?
young boy.
Who was your childhood crush?
I was struggling to think of one, but David inspired me, and I used
Another
to
man.
love Harry Kewell, who was an Australian football player for Leeds United, and he had long hair. He was pretty cool, good player.
Okay.
And McManaman had
Very long hair
long
as
hair.
well. It
Maybe
might have
that's
been the long
a
hair, I
thing for
don't know.
young boys. It's football players with long hair.
Maybe. Yeah.
It was the David Beckham
It's
era
true.
as well
Yeah,
at
it's
that
just,
time.
You used to have a ponytail.
Exactly. Maybe Harry Kewell inspired it. yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
And Jolie, I think you want to tell us about yours.
I mean, I don't want to, but I will. I had quite an intense childhood crush. Growing up, and still now actually, I play tennis, and I played tennis as a teenager, and my childhood crush was Mr. Rafa Nadal.
Did you prefer
Yes.
Rafa Nadal with the long?
Oh, in his heyday,
pirate
please.
shorts.
I mean,
or
he is
when
still
moved to
he
the
is
short
still
shorts?
muy guapo. But I'm talking about Rafa Nadal Wimbledon final 2008 2009. That Rafa Nadal.
Why Rafa Nadal over Federer? Do you think,
I don't
or
know.
Andrew Murray? That's
Yeah,
self-explanatory.
that's quite obvious.
Yeah, I don't think I need to explain that
Yeah.
one. Sorry, Andy Murray. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't
Yeah.
know. But
The
it's funny
Spanish,
because that
yeah.
crush had a big part to play in the reason why I chose Spain. As
Yeah.
Rafa
my-
Nadal made you move to Spain.
Yeah, I mean, it was a factor. It contributed to the incentive to come here, for sure. And I thought back then, when I came here, I was 23, and I thought that you know, all the men in Spain would look like Rafa Nadal, and I've been here 8 years and I've never met a single man who looks remotely like him. So
maybe you need to move to Mallorca to find your Rafa.
Yeah. Well, I'm not looking anymore.
Yeah. Okay, and the final thing we wanted to look at is terms of endearment. So,
good one.
When we're with our loved ones, our other halves.
Well, that's a good expression, actually, our other half. In
Yeah.
Spanish, they say the other half of the orange,
Yeah,
right? Which is so cute.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Mi media naranja, no?
That's it.
Yeah. But we say my other half, and it's actually quite typical to say, well, as a joke, my better half. This is my better half, right?
Yeah.
In any case, so terms of endearment.
Terms of endearment. So, Jolie, what's your go-to with
So I think
Carlos?
the classic one is babe. But I also use that with friends. I would never use that with my family, of course, but with my girlfriends or my partner, the word is babe. And I think that is probably in British culture. I don't know, what do you reckon, Dave? That's probably the most common one.
Yeah, I think.
Although, oh my God, look, he's embarrassed.
Yeah,
Sam says baby.
Yeah, I add an extra syllable to the babe,
And that syllable
that's cringy.
changes the game. Believe it. Seriously, the difference between, for me, the difference between babe and baby is night and day.
Yeah, and Dave, let's move on from me.
Also babe
You're
as
a babe.
well. That's it,
Yeah.
exactly.
Babe,
It's a
man.
little bit easier, I know, and it's just more natural. That's it. Baby's a little bit too much for me, Sam,
Too
to
much.
be honest.
Coming
And-
back to that word that we taught earlier, actually, it's for me, it's like cheesy.
Cheesy.
You know?
Cringy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
there we
in any
are.
case.
Anyway,
Sorry, Sam.
Other terms of endearment.
when you're talking with your mates, what would you use?
Yeah, in the north of England, Britain, we use lad. Lad.
Do you say, all right, lad?
All right, lad.
Yeah.
How's it going, lad?
That's very northern. See, in the south, we say mate. In London or in the city where I'm from, it's quite typical to say geezer. You're right, geezer? Or even abbreviated geese.
Geese.
You're right, geese?
from
That's
the south.
very common where I'm from. Yeah, where does geezer come from?
London, I suppose.
No, but what's it an abbreviation of?
Oh, geezer.
That is a question that I cannot answer.
No, well, you're
No,
northern, aren't
I'm
you? So
northern,
would
yeah.
you have said lad? Right, lad?
Yeah, I'm a little bit too posh to pull off the lads
yeah.
too well.
He's from
but-
York.
Mate.
But you know, when
Mate's a good
I'm
one,
hanging
all right.
out, so sometimes I try it. You know. Anyway,
So you'd say mate.
I would say mate. Yeah, mate
Okay.
would be my go-to.
And then we also have other words that you'd use for your partner, I guess, that would be useful to teach the listeners, like sweetheart.
Honey,
Honey, that's too cringy. Too cringy. I think it's more in the United States,
baby,
maybe.
baby,
is it?
honey. These are my
Hey,
go-to.
honey,
Yeah,
honey.
Love. Plain old love.
love. Yeah,
Oh,
love
no,
is
no.
nice.
See, for me, I don't know if you agree, but for me, love, I find really patronizing.
Yeah.
When someone says, oh, all right, love, or do you need any help, love, in a shop, for example.
Exactly.
I find it so patronizing. I don't
It
like
can
it at
come
all,
across
and I
that way,
don't
yeah.
know why that is. Because in
Sweetheart,
Spanish,
maybe?
like mi amor, it has a different feeling, you know. But in English, there's just something about using the word love that feels patronizing. I don't know.
Maybe we're a lot
okay.
less romantic in
Yeah.
Britain than in Spain.
Maybe.
That's probably the reason.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll wrap it up there. Loves.
Should we finish with
Baby.
a song? Oh, let's finish with a
Baby.
song. What's your favourite love song?
Dave, I'll go to you first because I can't think of mine.
Well, I mentioned before Bonnie Tyler, A Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Wow.
No? Are we allowed to sing on
Yeah,
the
Go on,
podcast?
sing away. Sing
Don't know if
away.
It's a good idea. Everyone will stop listening, but total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time, I was falling in love.
Oh, my.
Cut that part out, Sam, please.
No, that's
And
going
we'll
in there.
finish on that.
That's going on the
Perfect.
Instagram.
Totally.
Perfect. So we'll wrap up there. Thank you very much, David. You've shown yourself as a true love guru.
Thanks. It's been lovely to see you all.
Very nice finish off. And Jolie,
Thank
a
you.
pleasure
It's
as
been
always.
an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
Enjoy your Valentines. And that's a wrap for this Savvy Podcast Valentine's special. We explored the history of Valentine's Day, put some chat-up lines to the test, and shared stories of childhood crushes. As for our big question, who sent Jolie her Valentine's card when she was 12? The answer? It was her dad. Cute. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Now it's time to buy the flowers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the love. See you next time.